So we've got this Buscadero GPX 110. It's a pit bike. We've already put the one back there together, and that took absolutely forever. So we're going to do it again. So it comes in this metal frame. A couple things you've got to do. There's wires holding the front fork. There's a bolt through the front fork that is, obviously holding the front fork to this frame. We've got a wire here holding the wheel on, and then a couple others down below. So we'll have to cut these loose, take the bolt out of the front of the frame. That way we can take the bike out that way. So, yeah, let's get to it. So one thing that we learned from the last bike, we only took the front rail off and tried to slide the bike out that way. But if you take a 14, you can actually take all the bolts out. And the only thing holding this top rail on now is these two wires that are connected to the front fork here. So once he gets those off, it's going to be a lot easier. I think we sat here for like half an hour trying to get it out of the frame the first time. And I think we've been working on this for about 3 minutes now. So I guess it's a learning experience, but hopefully it makes it a little bit easier for you guys. So once we've gotten it to here, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and take the big bolt out of the front fork and take the bike out of the frame, put the front tire on it. Don't forget this caliper is folded back. It's got a spacer in between the pads, so you're going to have to loosen up the bolt, take the spacer out, put it onto the wheel, put the second bolt back in, and tighten that up. If not, you don't have brakes. Another recommendation: don't touch the brakes until after you get it on, because if not, you risk like chewing up the pads, because that spacer's in there.
Do you want to try to?
Also, another recommendation, the rear suspension doesn't come hooked up. It might make it a little bit easier to go ahead and lift the bike up, connect the suspension to where you can put the kickstand down and it kind of sit on its own. So, yeah, the rear suspension might want to be connected first, just to make it a little bit easier to, because then one person can hold the bike while the other person puts the front wheel on.
I'm gonna need a tool. More.
So back here, this takes a 15 millimeter.
Hold on. Oh. Maybe I can do it this way.
So you can see that's the bolt that we're referring to. The suspension doesn't come hooked up, so you've got to lift the bike up, put the bolt through, tighten that down. That way the bike stands up. So next on the list, so we've gotten the rear suspension hooked up. So it's sitting now. So now we can take the front fork off of the frame here and go ahead and put the front wheel on. There, so it's off. By the way, we looked for 20 minutes last time. Didn't know where the handlebar brackets were. They've actually got them inverted. So where when you install the handlebars, they're going to be up here. They're bolted in on the bottom. So don't be us. Don't look for the handlebar bracket for half an hour. So your handlebar bracket is going to take a 6 millimeter Allen key and a 13 millimeter socket in order to get these off. While you're getting this all set up, try not to, I know I mentioned it before, try not to squeeze the front brake, because there is a spacer in the pads, and you don't want that, you don't want the caliper to start closing on them, because it could start to damage the pads. So, back one. Pick where you want your handles at.
That's fine.
Good. All right, front one, tighten it down. Back one. Front one. So right now, we're taking the brake cable that's up here. There's a bracket to the left of the front fork where you can put that cable in to where it doesn't rub up on the tire. One of the next things we're going to do is, so this comes pre-oiled. There's already oil in it. Obviously, there's no fuel. And also the battery isn't hooked up. So what you're going to have to do is, there is a little cutout to each side right here. It's an Allen key. You're gonna have to stick it in there, loosen it up, and that's how you get the seat off. And from there you can go ahead and hook it up. You'll see the wire back here for the rear light. And yeah, then you just add fuel. Let's take these stickers off so we don't get it too hot with the stickers still on it like that. And get this thing started up. So when you take the seat off, there's going to be a little packet right here that's going to have your screws and your threads for your batteries. You'll go ahead and attach red to red, black to black. Here's your wiring harness right here for the front or rear light. Your back light actually installs into the rear of the front number plate, and then just has one attachment right here. Besides that, add gas and start her up. So there we have it. She's all put together. Got the front wheel put on. This right peg obviously did not come on it. Got it running. Battery's been hooked up. And she runs pretty good. This is the automatic version, so no clutch, but it is a 4-speed, so you still have to shift with your foot. But no, man, it's pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.